everyone, it's the 8th of June. I've come down to actually make a start on this corner of the plot. I'm going to build the raised bed first, but first job is to start clearing stuff. So I thought I can leave a fence at the moment and basically get rid of these raised beds, pile the soil up over there, and then it clears this area up to actually build the raised bed. And then I can obviously empty the compost into that, save that, keep moving it umpteen times. But it's kind of an ongoing plan. Once the bed's built, then I can start dealing with the fence and the compost heap. So it should all be on this video, but it'll be done over the course of probably a couple of weeks. Because just time constraints really getting down to do it, and weather, because it's absolutely chucked it down this morning, so it's a bit wet. I thought I'll make a start, I'll just get the area clear, so it's a bit of a blank canvas, and then maybe come up in the morning, build the raised bed, and then start seeing what I want to fill it. Because I need the compost bin sort of built ready, because my broccoli's not far off, so that'll be obviously in an allotment update video. But this is just going to be a video about doing this corner, so a lot of it will be just speeded up and sort of time lapse. I won't be doing much talking. I might do when I do the bed, but it's not really a proper no dig bed as such. It's kind of like just lob a load of stuff in that's in the compost heap, whether it's rotted down or not, at the bottom of it, and whatever I can put into it to kind of fill it up. Obviously these two beds here, they'll go in it. I've got a little bit of the green compost that I gathered up last year, so when this stuff goes in it, there'll be a layer of card, because obviously this will be full of weed seeds and all sorts, and that'll kind of put a bit of a seal on it. I will put a layer of cardboard at the bottom, fill it with a lot of stuff that's some rotted, some not, maybe weed seeds and that, another layer of cardboard, and then cap it with some other compost. And then there should be enough growing medium in there to kind of plant some stuff straight in it, to be honest. Because my net can come off my garlic bread now. So I'll probably transfer that straight over to here, because it should fit. Nice and snug like I love, because it is the same size bed that's going to be here. So I need to sort of get rid of the compost bin, the sunflower thing. I need to get that out of the way. Some bits of wood I'll store, you know, that I can salvage or cut into strips to use as slats for the compost bin. There's no point buying posh timber for that. You know, compost ain't going to complain. It's just something to hold it back. And it's always handy for patching stuff up, you know. But any sort of rubbish bits that are rotten, I need to dry them out, and then when my spuds are out, I can have a bit of a fire then. Otherwise, I'd have to sort of like have a fire here and then do the bed, which I don't want to do. I just want to sort of, I can pile all the wood and stuff on top of the new compost heap, and it's up there. I can put a tarpaulin over it, it can dry off. Woodlice can get in there and chew a bit away and whatnot, and then, you know, on the time when everything's out, I can have a fire. So we'll crack on. I say it's probably going to be loads of time lapsing, depending on how battery life goes. So today I've got probably about 2 or 3 hours, so I'm hoping to get these beds out of the way, this area cleared, and pretty much, well, all that soil out of there, dumped over there, that one as well. Raspberry plant here, I'm going to dig that out and put it in probably a bag or a pot if I've got one here somewhere, just something to house the root ball until I decide what I'm doing with it. It's still living, so I'll probably just shove it in a pot for now, to be honest. And if I can find somewhere at home, and there's some of these little tiny ones that have sprouted as well, so I might actually dig them up carefully and put them in a bag and then put them into pots, because they are raspberry plants at the end of the day, and if I want to repopulate a bed somewhere, point is buying them when if I can grow them from the plants, you know, because if we get them through this year, next year they'll start getting a bit, you know, thicker. So we'll crack on. It's going to be a bit back-breaking, but I'm not going to kill myself. I'm going to do it in bits and bobs, and once I've had enough, I'm going home and I'll just carry on, you know, next time down. So I'm not going to put myself under any major pressure, because things are growing. Yeah, there's a bit of weeding that he's doing and whatnot, but I can bring some stuff up with me tomorrow and do a bit of weeding. You know, if I want a break from this, I can get on with that. So anything on that side of the plot is going to be in a different video. This is just basically me killing myself doing this corner. No, but just getting it sort of revamped, new fresh bed, tidied up. There'll be a space there. What's happening in that space yet, I don't know. I say it's not really 100% fixed plan yet. It's kind of a bit of a probably 80% planned, but if you plan something bang on, it never really goes right to plan. There's always something that gets in the way that you have to scratch your head, and you end up coming up with different solutions, or you see something along the way and you think that can quite easily change your plan completely. But we'll cross that as we come to it. Main priority today is get this lot shifted, so we'll crack on. I'm hoping there's no mice knocking around, or rats or something. Big dirty toads, frogs. I know they've all got a job to do, but they bugger off elsewhere. You can see that's been like a vole run that over time. That's all decent compost, so I'll scoop that up. That can go in that compost bay for now. Try and fold this up in a sorted manner without it covered in slop. Because it doesn't have stink. What's in here now anyway? You know what? Shift that out of the way then. Empty my boot, I think. Got some mud or something in it. Careful with that because I popped 2 discs 2010, so I've got a permanent weakness in my back anyway. Don't let it stop me, you know, otherwise you can get a bit too afraid to do anything. And the minute you stop, things will start to give up. Keep on the move. Over an hour. Yeah, if I had stuff here, I could probably build the bed and fill it all in the day easy enough. But, I'm not in any major rush. Things are growing. And that. The rump rake over now. Just 5 year at level and that, and then let your bed out. So there's a camera on charge for a bit, microphone. Right, I scuffed it over with rake. There was some clumps that were a nightmare to rake, so I just pipped them off. But it's, I mean, all the bits of grass I'm just going to leave. I haven't bothered to say they're going to be buried. Cardboard over, and then a bit of horse muck and whatever branches and brassica stalks and that, and then my own compost, cardboard. Well, and then this soil. Wait, that probably walk it down. Otherwise it'll just sink, so I'll probably walk on it to get it fairly compact down, and then cardboard and some of that other compost on top. It should be kind of good to grow in, to be honest. I don't think it's going to cause too much problem. If there's any, you know, if I put any courgettes in, it's a bit fresh, the manure at the bottom, I can dig it out. Obviously weeds will come up through that cardboard, so I've just got to bear that in mind. But it shouldn't be too much problem. Once you've got a blank canvas, you can keep up with weeding. Keep it covered or do it regularly. If you just abandon it for like 5-6 months, then obviously you're going to have to weed it. So I've got some really rusty screws. So this bed, some of you might remember last year, I had a lot of late season brassicas that were desperate to go out because we had a cold start last year. Things were a bit slower, so things were a bit behind. So I had to keep potting them on, and in the end I built this up and put it on my patio and put a net over it and put them all under this just to give them some space really. And then they came down here and yeah, I got a crop. Not too bad, but I need to sow them yet. So there's options, you know. I might need to create something else at home to put things in temporary because there's no room at home. But that's what the little blocks are on here for. I mean, obviously they're going to have to come off because I'm going to be putting posting. So I'm just going to temporary sort of screw the corners together just to see how things are sitting level wise, really. Because I do like my beds level, because that way when it's rained on it gets a nice even sort of wash through. So the dimensions of the bed, they're approximately 5.5 foot by 10.5 foot. Yeah, 5 foot by 10.5 foot. Yeah, whatever that is in metric, I can't think of hand. But it's the same size as my other beds, so it roughly gives me 32 sort of 15-inch squares. A slug there, get rid of that. Yeah, because I could do like 32 brassicas. That's cramming them in a bit, you know. 24 is a bit kinder. So you can do quite a bit of them. 120 odd onions. Maybe more. Can't remember how many onions I put in now. I'd have to watch my video back to see how many I put in. Can't remember. Put it in the middle, it's probably sagging. A little bit higher at this end. Not much. Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with that, I think. So I don't move it around all over the place like an idiot. I might just put some little poles or bits of cane in the corner. It just makes it a bit easier to work because you know that the bed's level. Right, so I'm going to tidy up. I might just get a couple of barrelfuls of manure and just tip them down there for now. You know, and then it's here then, so I'm lugging it all over tomorrow or whenever I'm back. That's it for today. So I shall see you in the next bit, or part 2, or day 2. Right, we're on day 2 now. So I've just bought myself some timber, just some 2x2 pressure treated. Cut it in like 14-inch pieces and just put 4 down each side. And just putting some like 2-inch screws. So it's not about really, you know, keeping it above ground. It's just to keep it in shape, really. So you're no point whacking great big 3-foot posts in. Right, I just need short ones. Your ground's fairly firm as long as it touches the ground, really. It just stops it sinking out of level. You know, because obviously the ground's got to settle a bit, which will all encase it in. It's pretty much level. Probably gone slightly out of level. We've got a kneeling on it, screwing stuff down, but it's near enough. So I was contemplating whether to put some cardboard down on the bottom. Doesn't really need it, but I need to get rid of some, so might as well compost it. We're going to have a bit of rain today. Do the same again. Right, that's all been watered. So I've just thrown in all the sweet corn plants and the brassica plants. Just in case of trying to shrink them down a little bit, spread them out. I don't want anything sticking too far up. That's a case of going through it, and you know, because you don't have to do this, you can kind of speed it up, just pulverise it with a hammer. But it's all going to be down the bottom of the bed, this. All fine and broken up around, just get lobbed in. It's just a bit of extra feed for things. No, it's sort of a bit of a knockabout with rake to sort of level it out a bit. Of course, the rains have started, so if it gets too heavy, I'll have to knock the camera off. But it's pretty much just a case of filling it now. So I've got me compost, and pretty broken down, I suppose. It's free, so might as well put it in. Looks like some bean plants at the back, so I'll get them out first. The other stuff on, just so I can't see the cardboard. I'll be happy with that. Smoking it bright enough. Pretty wet and heavy, that bit. Just lay it on there and then cover it with the other compost. I'm collecting these for ages. Lay it right over the corner. You could lay it right over the edge of bed if you wanted to, but it's well up to the edge of bed and you've overlapped it a bit. It'll be fine. that's it. Bed done. Bit of work, couple of afternoons. It's kind of done proper, you know. For what you get out of it, it's a small price to pay. And not a nightmare for weeding. You can net it nice and easy, and it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. You know, unless there's anything dodgy in my water or anything like that, but it should be fine. And it'll just get better with age, you know. Get a few weeks as it weathers through and that, it'll be fine. You know, like I can put, if it settles in the next week or two, I can put a little bit more compost on it. There's not an issue there. You know, another inch or something. Because that way then I won't have to top it up in the winter, and it'll probably be enough for next year. You know, I can think then what I want to plant in it, because I might do me overwinter cauliflowers if I'm doing any. Probably a little bit higher here than them beds, so less chance of rotting off maybe. They're all options, but at the end of the day, I haven't got them 2 little beds to worry about now, with the raspberries not growing very well and that, so I've got 1 big bed that I can put to use. You know, so I'm not having to keep emptying, well, you know, waiting for beds to empty. I've got an overspill bed, you know, whether I just use it for early season lettuces and stuff like that. A new compost bay is going in, which is all to come. Whether it's in this video or I do it as part 2 or something, I don't know. So this is 9th of June, so this is day 2 of this. So we shall see how we get on in the next part. But if this is the end of this video and I end up doing another part separate, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next part.